see the whole thing over here also rounded, connect to the side over here like this. And also over here a little bit darker, and your forehead a little bit turning. And then I can see that on this side a little bit forehead like that. That's good. Just put a few line. And now take a look on this side. The whole face and like an egg shape, like the whole area over here on this side, that's the shadow, right? And also on this side, of course, it has shadow. It's actually a little bit more curved. And on this side, of course, it's at the bottom of the egg shape. Over here also have a little bit shadow. Neck is about here coming down. Compare that with the mouth, and more like this and coming in here. And that's the edge of the, and now on this side you can see that there's the whole thing over here that is shadow. And you can draw a little bit over here, a little shape, a little shadow coming up like this, right, like this. And then take a look at on this side compared to the corner of the mouth. Now you can see that there's just a little bit like this, that's it. And then start turning, and it's supposed to coming down over here, and then start turning into the shoulder like that. And then on this side it should be over here. So compare, if you extend this line, it coming to the chin like that. And then like take a look at the shoulder like that. Let's end it over there. Now we can come back over here and say, oh, let's see. Now we can see that's much better. Let's see. Yeah, that's about right. Look again, and looks like that's gonna be coming in a little bit quicker. Yeah, a little bit quicker. Look again, and should continue. It should come in a little bit more, and now disappear into here. That's just good. Take a look on this side, right? Now take a look at here like this, and continue coming down. This is the space. This both space is very important. You don't want to make it a little bit wider or thinner, otherwise you're going to start over, because the proportion based on the width and the height. The earliest measurement, I'm going to start make the turning faster right here. Okay, now on the bottom over here I can make a little bit more turning. Your face a little bit turning a little bit slower like that. Here you go. Now you get that. And the bottom over here a little bit shadow. And this doesn't need to be so dark, so I'm going to soften it a little bit with the nitty eraser. Okay, now the rest, it just become very easy. Now after you get to this step, now you're going to add the hair, dress that up, but you can change the hairstyle however you want. And here you go. Now get over here, and then the forehead over here coming in a little bit like that, and relax. Coming over here, have the hair coming a little bit soft like over here, and then this side. And you can take a look at the ear a little bit lower than the nose, about here, coming up. And also on this side is the same height. Okay, right about here. You got this. Okay, and then have some loose hair coming down if you want to keep that. And then this is almost the very good foundation. And there's a lot of other things you can do, like for example here, the whole thing over here, the nose a little bit darker on the cheek. So actually what we can do is to make the whole nose a little bit darker. You can do that just like in oil painting. In oil painting, you can make the nose into the color, and then use the white color to make the highlight, like that. You can see it on this side also, the whole thing a little bit darker, right? A little bit softer, and see that there's a little bit highlight over there. On the cheek over here is a little bit lighter, and this side over here also make it a little bit dimmer, a little bit darker, like that, right? And I'm going to use a little paper towel. Nice, here you go. I'm going to make it a little bit softer. Simple. And you don't want to make it over soft, just a little bit softer. So right now you're looking for which is the lightest color compared to the not so light area. Okay, like that. And you make the whole neck. Actually, there's no very light color, so you can blend it a little bit, like that. Lift up over here a little bit over, because so far everything I draw, everything I blend, there's very soft. I'm doing very soft, like that. So now you see the nose. I can have the highlight over here, and then I'm gonna have the highlight right here. Take a look at that. Now the mouth over here a little bit softer, and just keep the lightest area right over there. And also in the eye, there's nothing really light, and I'm gonna make it a little bit darker. Now you can start working from here to readjusting. That also the shadow side need be also much darker. So, but you're starting from the outside and getting inside, and gradually you make adjusting. Like over here, and I'm gonna make the really light under here. Right now, I can make the light over there, and take a look at here on the upper lip, a little light over here. Okay, and then take a look at, keep a little light over here, and over here have a little something blending down. So don't come to the conclusion too quickly, because now I'm going to make this a little bit softer, like that. Now I'm going to come into the shadow side. There you go. I have to make it darker, right? But careful, you don't want to make it too dark. There's no room for you to make more changes, like that. And coming up over here, you see this is the shadow side, and this is the middle tone over here, coming in a little bit. And after you recreate the proper contrast, and you can go into the smaller shape. Now see the eye, I've tried to create a form of the eye that is being rounded. There is a ball underneath over here, like that. So little by little, and you develop the bigger form, the bigger shape, like over here. And before the smaller shape, which is called the details. So always start from big. Now the form over here, the nose. Here you go. That is the whole nose. On the shadow side is darker. Make it a little bit darker, like that. Here you go. And then under here also the shadow. You can use the finger to soften that a little bit, like that. That's good. And then coming to the side over here again, because we did the blending, and the blending actually you soften everything, so you need to come back to recreate the proper contrast, like that. And then take a look at this side over here, and then underneath make it a little bit darker. It's very easy. The charcoal can make it too dark, so you either control the charcoal is the proper from 1 to 10. How big, how dark is that space? Okay, you don't want to make it all number 9 or number 10. Okay, making sure that you get it right, Okay, that's right. And now come back over here. I'm going to soften that a little bit over here. And also here, it can be a little bit shaped a little bit darker like that. And then come into the chin over here and this side, have a little bit shadow like that. And here you go. Make it a little bit thicker over here. And then come to the chin. Now you take a look at the chin. There's a little bit thicker shape over here, a little bit shadow. Make it a little bit thicker. Draw a little bit softly. And this can be a little bit deeper like that. And here you go. Now come to this eye. This is a little bit darker. Making sure that is a little bit more rounded like this. Okay, take a look at that and take a look at maybe over here. It should be a little bit lighter. I'm going to tap on it to make this a little bit lighter. So make it look like a more rounded. And then the forehead, I'm also going to make it a little bit softer, a little bit darker. And this side, definitely a little bit darker on this side. Like that. And also the whole thing, we can make it a little bit dimmer. I can use the eraser to create a form a little bit better. Okay, now over here, make it a little bit softer. That's good. Now I'm gonna come here, the forehead, this area, a little bit lighter. Here you go. And over here, a little bit lighter. Okay. And actually, as many times I said it, the eraser is not correcting mistakes. The eraser is a part of the whole process. You use the eraser to create a light shape while you are using the charcoal to draw the dark shape. Okay, and then let me finish this one, and then you're gonna come to, I'm watching you and see a little bit turning over here. Like that's just good enough. And this need to be a little bit higher. And that's okay. And all right, on this side is shadow side, but I'm not going to draw too much over there. Start from here. Now we can go into the smaller shape and I can finish the drawing. I'm going to use to hold it over here. Now I can see the smaller shape. Here you go. You don't want to do that earlier than this. And on this side, you do the left side, you do the right side. It's easier, so you can compare. And compare to the height, compare to the width, compare to the shape different, and see a little line coming out like this. Okay, and then we come in to take a look at the eye. We know the corner of the eye over here, and that's good. Right over here. Here you go. Now coming over here. That's the corner. Like that. That's good. Right? And then I really like to see the top of eyelid. I'm going to draw that. I used to have it. Okay, coming over here. Now I can take a look at the corner. You can go really detail. Coming over here like this, and take a look at the iris. Here you go. Yeah, and also sometimes you see the corner. You sense that there's a corner in the pencil, and it's easier to use that. And you can see this is a little bit darker, and so also this is the pupil inside. You can keep it a little bit translucent underneath, and over here it's a little bit darker. And you can go a little bit deeper and deeper if you want. I can draw a little line like this, make it a little bit, dim down a little bit, and the corner over here, right, have there's the corner and the details, and right underneath I'm gonna come back with the eraser. Under over here I can draw a little bit detail on the lower eyelid, and now I can come back with the knead eraser, and right underneath over here has a little bit light, so I'm gonna just put light up a little bit. That's pretty good. Just light up a little bit over here. Okay, on the upper eyelid over here, make it a little lighter over here too. That's good. Right, this is one eye, pretty good, and the corner over here a little bit lighter. Now you can get into a little bit more refining the details, but you cannot do it before this step because it's not ready. We don't even know exactly how the whole shape of the eye would be, right? And now I'm gonna come back over here, you see, and there is some cast shadow underneath the eyelid. I'm gonna make it a little bit darker, a bit darker like that, and you can go into the next side. Now the corner over here, I'm gonna lift it up a little bit. I don't want it to stand out, come out a little bit too much, and maybe I'm gonna make it a little bit higher over there, and also in here a little bit darker like that. Now let go a little bit. Here you go. Okay, that's pretty good. Now we draw the line for the iris. We draw the line over here. I think that's good. That's good size for the eye. Now we come to the next one. This is how you little by little, one by one, and you can finish the whole drawing. Okay. You probably don't really need me to go through the whole thing, but you see that it's very much the drawing is almost there. Like coming to nostril, for example, I jump to the nostril. There's a little bit darker shape over here, and coming around over here, and this side, there's a little darker shape over here. And take a look at the side over here. You're coming down like this, and see the corner over here, a little catch the shadow. Down over here, like that, and see a little shape over here. Not a lot, just a little broken, like that, and the side over here, like that, and a little bit shadow over here. Okay, don't light up the shape on the outside to see. After you put a little bit darker in the middle over here, if that's still not light enough, and then you come in to lift up a little bit. Okay, and then on this side a little bit darker, and the nose is done, right? It's so easy. And the inside over here, and light up a little bit over here, like that. Make that a little bit lighter. Yeah, now let's look at the corner. And the corner is very important. Take a look at that right here. Here you go. Take a look at that and look at this. We find a corner over here, and I'll put a couple lines over here suggesting that the skin, and a little bit like that. And take a look at the lower lip, and this I have a little big shape over here like this, and the middle have a little bit like that. Overall, the lower lip is a little bit lighter, so give a little bit texture, suggesting the texture over here, and like that, and make it coming up a little bit. This is how this portrait looks like after it finished. If you haven't gone through the Drawing Basics library entirely, I suggest you to start from the basics, learn how to see the forms, the measurements, the shapes, the value contrast, edges. After you have those basic skills, and then you can go into the portrait drawing library. In this library, you're going to learn all the techniques and process, how to draw the face in different angles. After you've gone through this whole library of portrait drawing, and then you can go into the watercolor portrait library to learn how to paint portrait in watercolor, or going into the oil and opaque library to learn how to paint portrait in oil or acrylic. We are setting the deadline is the end of August, so we have 2 months for you to learn through all those libraries to be more confident of your portrait drawing and painting. We're going to have a folder in our sharing center for all members to submit the artwork, and then we're going to have exhibitions. So more information is coming to your way. If you're not yet a member and you want to come in to try to see how Enjoying Art members learning and sharing inside the community, we still have this special promotion, which is $1 for the first 7 days. If you like to stay, that will be great. If not, you can stop your membership at any time. This promotion is going to end very soon. We welcome you to join us today.